Well, good evening. I hope your weekend is going very well. I know we've had some extremely warm temperatures lately, feeling more like spring, and we had some thunderstorms yesterday that kind of made it feel like spring. However, big changes on the way. Are you ready for a blast of winter? Well, if not, you do have a little bit of time. It's going to be coming. By tomorrow evening, you'll notice the difference in the temperatures. Plus, we have some snow in the forecast, too. I'm going to recap everything for you to let you know how things play out over the oncoming days. Now, there is a winter storm watch. It has been issued by the National Weather Service. It goes through 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's on Monday. So we expect some snow to begin in some of the higher elevations, especially tomorrow evening. And in this area that's shaded, well, that's where they have the winter storm watch. It could be several inches of snow pile up, especially above 3,000 feet. You get above 5,000 feet, there certainly is going to be more, and I'll show you those snowfall predictions in just a minute. But in the meantime, it's for the higher elevations of Blount County, Sevier County, and also Cott County at this particular time. We'll see if it gets expanded, but most likely if it would be expanded, it'd only be expanded for the higher elevations. We do have impact alert for you for Monday and Tuesday, and that's because of the bitterly cold temperatures. By Tuesday morning, we're going to be down near a record low. Plus, it's going to feel much colder too. So prepare for cold conditions, make sure you have a safe heating source, and also you just want to be sure that the people you love, the people who may be prone to colder temperatures, have a way to keep warm for this short period of time. This cold blast is not going to be a long-term event right now, but it's the first one we really have had, and it's not even winter yet. So these cold temperatures with the gusty winds that will be picking up tomorrow, and it'll stay gusty through Wednesday, well, it'll make it feel like the teens and 20s on Monday and into Tuesday. So make sure you dress in layers and you have hats and gloves. You lose a lot of the heat through your head, and it's definitely important to have a hat on. Now here's the temperature profile for Sunday. This is 8 a.m. going through 7 a.m. the following morning. Now we're going to top out in the middle to upper 50s, but look how the temperatures fall as we go into 4 o'clock. We're already down to 50. Before sunsets, we're going to be in the 40s, and quickly the temperature's going to drop down to 30s, and we'll be below freezing by Monday morning. Most of us will be down into the upper 20s to near 30 degrees. And it doesn't stop there. We're going to have a high temperature on Monday only achieved at 36 degrees. That's 26 degrees below our average for this time of the year. Tuesday, our high temperature is still going to be quite chilly, only making it up to about 45. You can see it's short-lived because we warm out of it pretty quickly, and we'll be back to the 60s before you know it. Now, minimum temperatures, here is where we get down to close to record levels. Monday's fine, 29 degrees, still well below average by a good 11 degrees, but Tuesday morning, 23. That's 1 degree off the record set back in the early 1900s. So that's really cold for this time of the year. And again, it's going to feel more like the teens with that wind whipping up. We'll be above freezing by Wednesday morning, even though we're going to be in the 30s through the rest of the week. The temperatures are heading upward. Now here's how it plays out with Futurecast. We have two different things that are going to affect us. One is a cold front coming, and two is going to be an upper level low diving in out of the north. So first of all, we are going to get a possibility of a little rain. Only some spotty light rain showers for the most part. Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon as that front drives through. It takes a little bit of time for the cold air to arrive, but once it does, any showers will change over to snow showers or flurries, depending on where you are. You can see them already starting in the mountains and also up into Virginia. That's where you notice the blue hues showing you the snow there. And that's just behind this cold front. But watch what happens throughout Monday morning. You see that swirl that's up in Illinois and Indiana? Well, that's diving southward quickly. You can notice it has a lot of moisture with it coming in from the Great Lakes. And as it dives in, our temperatures are going to plunge and we're going to have some snow, a burst of it. And a lot of times what happens is we're cold enough to where we'll get a burst of snow. It may not seem like it's snowing much at all, at least in the immediate vicinity of where that low is for several hours. You'd be like, where is it? We may have a flurry or two. But it can come quickly and then be gone just that fast when we get one of these little clipper systems coming out of the north. Most of us are not going to notice a lot of accumulation or any accumulation here in the valley. That's because the ground is still too warm. It takes a little while for the ground to get cold enough for it to start to build up. The roads will probably be okay until the temperature gets down to hard freeze levels. If there's any moisture, there could be a little icing. So it's the bridges, overpasses that could be of concern, but the rest of the road should be okay. Most of it will be melting away. Now, there will be a possibility of some accumulation in some of the grassy areas, spotty through the valley and into the plateau, but the bulk of the accumulation is going to happen at the higher elevations. Now, this is showing you potential snowfall. I like to show this once in a while so you get somewhat of an idea of what we're looking at as meteorologists. These are 4 different computer projections, and they run on different principles. And these are mostly shorter to mid-range ones, not long-range ones. And this is showing over the next 48 hours. You can see how they vary quite a bit. But we look at these things and we interpret each model or each projection based on how it's run. Now, sometimes it's not even taking into account the amount of snow that would actually build up. It's how much is coming down because it may not notice or understand or even been put in the warmth of the ground at that time. But we take all this into account. You can see the high-res rapid refresh seems to be the most snow there. You got several places that are 3 inches plus, maybe 6 inches plus over the northern part of the plateau and also into the mountains. Well, rapid precision also shows that. It's a more rapid model that's run, and it shows it in the mountains primarily there. The global high resolution, that's probably closer to reality. And then North American mesoscale is a little bit underdone. That's called the NAM, as we say. So here's the potential snowfall that the team here has come up with. Light accumulation is certainly possible on grassy and elevated surfaces in the plateau and in southeast Kentucky. There'll be dustings over the plateau. Doesn't mean you couldn't see a little snow accumulate on other areas, like on top of cold surfaces, because, you know, it can get colder faster there. It's just the ground that'll stay a little warm. Now, flurries is pretty much all we're going to see here in the valley. If you notice any accumulation, it'd be a dusting, spotty here and there. Dusting to less than 1 inch further north into Kentucky, you notice closer to the mountains into Virginia. And then 2 to 4 inches above 3,000 feet up and along the Smokies. And there are places that could get certainly more than that above 5,000 feet. So there you have what's going to be happening with temperatures and with the snow over the oncoming days. We have weather impact alert for Monday and Tuesday because of this blast of winter that we're getting for a short period of time, and then it does improve. Now, Wednesday, it is going to be a bit breezy. There's another front that'll be dropping in sometime Wednesday into Thursday, but it's coming through dry. So that front really won't affect us much, mainly just a dew point line or a wind shift line. So as we go into next weekend for the game, looking up. Temperatures are going to be above average right now under partly cloudy skies. There could be some rain thereafter on Sunday going into Monday of the following week. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy it, prepare. Don't forget, too, to protect your plants and unhook your hoses from the spigot. You don't want to have any water pipe bursting problems either. You have a great one. I'll be back here again. We'll keep you informed. The whole team will be up to date over the next 24 to 48 hours covering all this to let you know if anything does change. I'll see you again.